Hello, everybody. I am SunPsychic Jean, and please welcome Ginny B. Hi, Ginny. How are you?
Good afternoon or morning, wherever you are. I'm doing
Thank,
great.
thank you so much for joining me today, Ginny. I always love reading together. You're an amazing reader and
Thank you.
a beautiful friend as well. And I was just telling Ginny backstage about the psychic fair that just passed and what we have coming up. I have the Wisdom Circle on the Crone Zone is today at 4 p.m. So if anybody's interested, you can come on over and check that out. Heather is going to be doing a presentation on protection, which is very interesting. She's always an excellent presenter. So I'm looking forward to that. And Ginny, what is going on in your neck of the woods?
In central Iowa, in Des Moines, this upcoming week, there's going to be a big psychic fair. It's the Midwest Metaphysical Expo down in Des Moines. For anybody in the area, can Google that and check it out. It's going to have lots of great readers and vendors and all sorts of exciting things. It'll be Saturday and Sunday.
Wow. It's those 2 day ones are serious, I'll tell you.
Mm,
I did one 2 day one last year and one 2 day one this year, and they just about it's a lot. It's a lot those 2 day ones, but they're good. Wow. Excellent. Well, I hope you have fun, and I hope if anybody's in the area that they can check it out. There's a lot,
yes.
metaphysical, psychic, and natural living. The one I did recently was called Natural Living Expo. And, there are some readers, but there's a lot of like Reiki and
Mhm.
hypnosis and chiropractic and um, dentistry and different types of healing, energy and light therapy and sound therapy and all of these different types of and foods and natural organic
Mhm.
and remedies. It was really very, very interesting. I think they were focused a lot more towards that natural living and bringing in a lot of
Mhm.
alternate alternate, I don't know what you want to call it, alternate methods of
Mhm.
healing. So that was very interesting.
You
Hi,
know,
Sunshine. Mhm.
can I make a comment about these metaphysical fairs and stuff? For
Please.
any of your viewers that have never been, find one in your area. Google them, find out where they're held, and go. You will learn so many things and see so many different modalities and people. And the energy is very good, but it's a good way to play with different readings to have them. I've done that before, and to learn more and to have the opportunity to learn more about yourself. Rather, it's 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 very it's very educational as well as very cathartic.
Yes, absolutely. And a lot of times they have workshops, free
Mhm.
workshops, and it's
Mhm.
people are presenting and telling you a little bit about what they do and how it works. So it's that's how, I mean, I used to go and be in the workshops all day, and I'd come upstairs and look around at all the jewelry and stuff, and then I'd have to go back down. And that's where I met my first meditation group. And she was like an angel reader
Mhm.
and Akashic Records reader. And I remember the day that I met her, and I said, I'm gonna come and do your meditation. It was amazing, and you just never know, but you'll feel it. You'll feel guided too. Um, but it's a lot of different opportunities all together, and it's a good education for sure. All right. Well, now that we're um, so I just want to say hello to Shine Truth and Carolyn and Donna Marie, um, Hinda. I don't know why your names are just a little bit different. Katie and Proud. Edward is here. Nancy Ray is here. Um, Pierrette is here. So nice to see everybody. Thank you all for coming. And CJ is here. You notice that their names have that at symbol before them. I think I was asking some of the other content creators, and they said, yeah, that they are going through and doing that for a couple of weeks, and then it'll go back. But yeah. So Ginny and I are going to be doing some readings for you today. And Ginny, what are the decks that you're going to be using?
Oh, yeah. Well, among what's I have the animal guide. I have What's the Vibe, The Secret Garden, and of course the crows. And then oracle birds of oracle cards. I don't know how to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Birds with messages.
Oh, very nice. Are they similar to the ones that Wisdom Seeker Joan has?
I don't know.
I
The
don't think
oracle and the
so. No,
birds.
they're
Yeah.
different. Oh, I think she had the feather deck. She has a feather deck.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's just so many wonderful decks to pick from.
Mm-hmm. There are. There really are. And I added 3 more to my wish list recently, but I really need to get more out and start playing with them. Yeah, uh-huh. And Donna Marie, so can you give us like an area? Is it spiritual? I think you want to talk about spiritual. And Katie Proud, I see you. Yeah, I don't think we have a link. If you want to just Google, I think you're talking about um, the Iowa um, Metaphysical Fair, I think was
Well,
what
no. This one is called the Midwest Metaphysical Expo. The Iowa
Okay.
Metaphysical Fair is in the spring. It's a different one.
Yeah. So if you're in the area, you can Google that and find out where it's located. I don't know if any of the moderators in the chat here are able to look that up and pop it in there. So let's go ahead and start with Carolyn, and then we'll go to Donna Marie, and then we'll go to Acadian Proud. Okay, I see you, Donna. Thank you. All right, so Carolyn. Hi, Carolyn. How are you? And yeah, I'd love to know a lot more about Carolyn. I don't know if you ever want to come on and share a little bit about your experiences. Just let me know. I've always loved to know a little bit more about your journey, So she would love a reading from her spirit guides. So first thing I heard was that you're in good hands, Carolyn, meaning that you are being guided and taken care of is what I hear. I don't know if there's family around you that is able to sort of take some of the responsibility off of you when needed. I do feel as though you've been thinking about reducing some responsibility and or downsizing, but you're not ready yet. Like you're just in the planning stages. And you say, there's downsizing to you is like it has to be at the very last moment because you love your space. You love the part of the world and the earth that you inhabit and share and that you cohabitate with. I do see you with a book. I don't know if you're thinking about writing a book of short stories or or if you're reading this book. of short stories. I see like 1 or 2 page stories, um, or even an oracle deck. You know how an oracle deck has those 1 or 2 page references in there? This is what I see you doing. I do see you being creative, and they said burning the midnight oil because you stay up later than, like, you do go to bed on the early side and get up on the early side, but I do see you like liking to stay up late on certain evenings and really doing a lot of your creativity or reading or this type of thing. But they want you to know that you're in good hands, and that planning the downsize and or asking for help and support from friends and neighbors and family is um, is encouraged. That's what I have. How about you, Miss Ginny?
The first thing that came to my head when you read her question was listen up, look up, and step up. So pay attention to what's going on around you. Look about what's going. So listen for the stuff. You listen to your own heart. Listen to your own. Listen. You know what your guides are saying. You need to listen to yourself and to your intuition. To look up and to be inspired and to see the things that you need to marvel at, but also to see where you really, really are and what's going on in your world, and then to step up and to move, to do something about it, to accept the stuff. I pulled the 9 of air in the animal guide. It's a sea lion. Your worries and fears aren't real. They're fueled by focusing on the negative, which gives power to that which you're afraid of. Stop worrying, let go of the fear, and everything will be okay. So listen up, look around, and step up. Decide what's real.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I didn't make it
That's
big
fine.
in time. And Carolyn says, yes, we have 9.3 acres and she can't imagine leaving. And she said, yes, she's up late when she crafts. But you're in good hands, Carolyn. Absolutely. And I just want to show that Acadian Proud put it here. It's the Iowa Midwest Meta Expo, and Ginny put in
Yep.
the actual link. This is the link for the expo if anybody is interested to find out, where it is and find out more information. But this time of year, they do have a lot of them in my area. I live in the Northeast, which is quite concentrated, and I don't know, and I'd love to hear that in the Midwest they're having them as well. Might
They have
not
a
be as
lot of them down in Kansas City on a regular basis.
wow.
Yeah.
Terry Suzuki in the Seattle area, she does these almost like every other weekend. I do one a month maybe. I don't know how you do it. Yeah. Yeah. So Carolyn, send me an email and I'll give you some dates for you to choose from so you can come on and share your story. That would be lots of fun. So I said that Donna Marie and then Acadian Proud is next. Donna would love a general message. Oh, wait, I did see that she said something else. She said spiritual, maybe that I need to know about my healing modalities that you use. This is what she wanted to know. Thank you very much for being specific. I'm going to just turn off this banner right now. So, Donna, I feel like it's a stepping stone for you. I feel like you're going to be incorporating many different modalities all together. it's it's going to move into multi-dimensional, but maybe even akashic or more healing in the astral realms or in the auric field. Um, I don't. Maybe this is something you do already, but I just see it moving into the quantum field, is what they're saying. So you. This is your. It's like a bridge, and it's an opportunity, and but you're going to be moving into that quantum field, out into the where things and you're gonna it's going to be not easier for you, but that's where all the healing is done anyway. But you're going to learn how to access it. It's not like you're going to learn, you're going to remember how to access it, and you're going to be able to help a lot of people, is what I see. But this particular uh, modality that you're practicing now is a stepping stone, or it's going to open the door to more for you. How about you, Ginny? What do you have?
Well, the first thing that came to my mind was explore. Let's go back to those metaphysical fairs and stuff. Even in your local metaphysical stores and stuff like that. Hang out, feel the energy. I did pull healing. So we know that you're going to be a healer. Actually, you already are a healer. You just don't see yourself as that. Sometimes just being in the right place at the right time with the right sentence, answering or observing people are healed. They find comfort and inspiration from that. Um, you need to break free of what you think. These don't show up very good here, but to break free from your perceptions of what you have to do. There's not one thing you have to do. I fully agree with what Jean was feeling in that it's more than one thing. Develop your intuition, expose yourself to different things, and do so with the idea of having fun and gaining knowledge, not finding the career, right? That it's because there's so much that's changing, and different ways of seeing things are changing. I mean, really big time with what's out there, and play with it and see what you come up with, because then it will be yours, because you will use all pieces of all of it. I hope.
Absolutely. Yep. And she did say, yes, she does go into the quantum akashic. And you'll be doing the healing with that realm as well. Like that's where you'll be doing the healing. Sometimes people do it through uh, I'm trying to think of the word, like hypnosis, when you are working with a client and you engage in hypnosis, and that's in the or the quantum realm, where you would where you're able to facilitate their own healing, and or with your akashic records. But that is so amazing, Donna Marie. And I bet you're just blown away. She said, I go into ancestral lineage healing. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a little bit, I mean, you're really touching a lot, because I learned that in my shamanic energy healing we would do in the ancestral. And it's amazing what you see from a different perspective, and why everything happened. Is really, really interesting. Oh, good. KK said she caught the end of your live yesterday. Very nice. Oh, you're very welcome, Donna Marie. Okay, cool, KK. I appreciate that. My just so everybody knows, I have on my website now an opportunity to join my psychic study practice group. So if anybody is interested for November or December, and then I'll be offering a package starting next January. I haven't looked at 2026 yet, so I don't know any dates.
It's hard to believe 2026 is just around the corner.
I know, right? It
And that's
is. I mean, I'm trying not to say it too much because it, you know,
yes, yes, I
you,
agree. I
you
agree.
get you get lost in that time. So, Acadian Proud is next. Thank you very much for being here. And she says, I'm working on a novel based on my ancestry. Do my ancestors have any guidance? Ooh, ooh, I like that one. Um, and then next is Pierrette, and then Nancy Ray.
Well, the first thing I got off the back is please be discerning. The details of all stories do not have to be shared. And I take that to mean is whatever information you give it in context of the time and place in which the stories took place. And we don't often do that when we look at our family history. What else was going on in the world? How did those things come to be? What influenced those things, which is also can be an addition to you, how you put your story together, is to weave that together in a lot of novels are done that way, but you can do it with your when doing with your ancestry and give you a better detail. So it's like somebody, for instance, my grandfather was a member of the KKK, but lots of people's grandfathers were members of the KKK. And because we have this judgment now, and that's not good, but where he was living, what was that? Was in Indiana, which had the largest population and membership of, right? For him not to have been would have been the oddity.
Wow.
But that's so when you're doing your ancestry, be prepared for your OMG, right? As well as how you can artfully put that together to give understanding and context. Because everybody that came before us were human beings experiencing the life as it was at that time, not to make excuses for them, but to understand the context of history. That's what I got for her.
Wow. Very nice. And she said that's key to the novel and it's very important to what I want to ensure. Mm-hmm. So I do feel as though they're going to be coming alive for you, almost reenacting their own lives and giving you little insights. They want to be a part of the living story. It's a living story. And they're going to be helping you with some details. And I do feel as though you may have to fill in some blanks with assumptions because there's going to be some blanks. Um, periods of time without any information. But your your ancestors, I see they're very excited. Like, ooh, she's going to write a book about us. And I do see them like all the way back. I don't know if you're thinking about like the 1600s forward, but I don't know how far back you're going, but they're all very excited to become alive again and to be animated in reenacting their own lives. Um, and I feel as though it's going to maybe create energy around the details or the information that you're searching for. Um, but yeah, they're all very excited. I think that's great. You may even have dreams about them. So she says, I've
Ooh.
always had a hard time with people trying to look at what was done in history through present eyes of present day. Absolutely. Hmm. Yep. She said 1600s to 1800s. That's what I felt. They're very much looking forward to that. Interesting, Acadian Proud. She says, I get goosebumps whenever I think and work on it. Wow. That's them. That's them. I think they're really excited. How great is that? Good job. Okay, Pierrette is next, and then Nancy Ray. And Pierrette, nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Will I be more of help to people with readings, cards, or energy work or teaching? Well, just from my experience, teaching comes with energy work and reading. It comes hand in hand. But for what teaching, if you're teaching Reiki or if you're teaching an actual modality, I don't see you doing either or. I see you doing both. But as far as more people, it would probably be teaching. But even with the individual energy work and readings, you'll be teaching there too. And it's all part of it. It's to help them with the perspective and understanding the messages that are coming through. I can't help it, it just comes out. I think you'll also create like a recording or a video demonstration to utilize for maybe like a level 1 for people, and then you'll be doing more live one-on-one or small groups of teaching for the next level. I don't know what it is that you'll be teaching, but your energy work, I'm sure. But yeah, that's what I get. How about you, Ginny?
Well, the first thing that comes to my head is yes, you already are. And that's, what Jean said is so the message is you need to step out of your perception of what you think you're doing and look back at it as if you were your own sitter or customer or client, and see what that is. Because you cannot read cards without energy work or doing teaching. It's not possible. You're already doing it. You're seeing them as separate entities when it's a blend of it. So will you do more to help people? That's up to you. Whatever you do helps people. The energy work for yourself, and what I'm getting is that you intuitively know how to do the message or which healing needs to be done for the person that you're working with. Does that help? I'll pull a animal card. Okay, so 7 of water. A bunch of Maine Coon cats, right? Really cute. And it says, it's time to stop procrastinating and make a decision so that you can move forward with a priority. If you need to do more research, then do so, but don't overthink the situation. Listen to your heart. Pay attention to the last part of that, because that's it, because you've already do the rest of that, right? You just are looking for your own self-validation of what you're doing rather than as an integration and you accepting that you're already there.
Yep, absolutely. Beautiful. Well done, Ginny. Thank you so much. And thank you, Pierrette. All the best to you, and good luck on your endeavor. And I just feel that you're being divinely guided, that enthusiasm and the excitement is coming from divine guidance for sure. I love it when they do that. There's no mistaking that feeling of being guided. All right, Nancy Ray is next, and after Nancy Ray is Sandra D. So Nancy says, may I have a spiritual message, please, from my guides? I heard that you know more than you realize, or that you are giving yourself credit for. And there's no one like set of instructions for all people. we're all here to bring in different information, different frequency, different modalities, um, and and different paths. So they just want you to not worry about the uh, comparing yourself to other people. They want you to own where you are, what you're doing, what you're hearing, what you're feeling, and um, be empowered by that. Stand in that energy until the next energy comes in, until the next message comes in, until the next gift or opportunity comes in. Um, I'm not, I know that you have information and I know that you have awareness and I know that you have connection. I think you're waiting for something else to happen, but I think that it's important for you to engage what you already have and already know and um, integrate that into your everyday life as best as you can and allow for the natural unfolding because it's like you're in an orchestration, you're a part of a big network, and for you to be here, be be here like fully and integrate that into your everyday life so that others can be turned on and opening up and becoming themselves and that energy so that you can be a network together. You're not an island. You're a network. So that was interesting, Nancy. How about you, Ginny?
Well, ditto, but take everything that Jean told you and wrap it around the idea of a monarch butterfly. So it's the page of fire, energetic, outgoing, optimistic, and creative. Monarch butterfly, creative opportunities that you feel passionate about are fluttering your way. Personal growth and broaden horizons will spark fresh and original ideas. It's already around you. The inspiration of what you want to do, where you want to go, how you're going to expand your belief system or your talents. But as Jean was talking, I had already written down unfolding after she said unfolding because you need to be all parts of yourself. The monarch butterfly doesn't start out as a butterfly. The monarch butterfly, I mean, so is it the chicken and the egg kind of sort of thing? You have to go through all sorts of stages of transformation. The monarch butterfly cycle is really interesting to look at because the ones that we see in the early part of the summer are short lived because they really quickly then become the the pupa, the worm, the whatever we call them. I can't. My brain just went blank until they go through that
Caterpillar.
cycle. Caterpillar. Thank you. And the hungry caterpillar actually, and then back and through, and it's only the last one of the cycle that puts reproduction on hold to fly south for the winter.
Really?
Yes. So what you see in May, that butterfly is not the one that's going to go south for the winter. And we don't understand the cycles in which we live and participate, including ourselves. So enjoy your cycles, examine them, and be all parts of who you are.
Wow. Wow. That really went together very well. Nancy,
Yes.
you ignite information inside of both of us that was really very
Mhm.
deep. Thank you for your question, Nancy Ray, and thank you for being here. And I just want to thank all of the moderators that are here, everybody that's here. I see Harley came in. She's so sweet. She says, "What a pretty card Ginny has drawn with all the she has the butterfly and the
Yes.
crown and something and the book.
The
She
colors.
really
Yes.
likes it all." Where do you guys find these emojis? I mean, they don't go unnoticed. I'm telling you, you guys are absolutely amazing. You're quick. And I'm telling you, I have to scroll up and down to try and find where the pumpkin is, you know? And you guys go boom, boom, boom. I don't know if I need an app for that. And she says the crown also has a butterfly as a part of its
Yes.
design, royal and change. Oh, nice. Thank you, Harley. Thank you very
Yes.
much. Yeah, isn't that cute? I know everybody loves it. And Leah, I see you, and Mary Kay Lim is here. I see you. I don't know if somebody else jumped in. Mary or Karen, I see you. Thank you everybody for being here. All right, so I said Sandra D was next. I just needed a little palate cleanser after that because that was intense for
Mhm.
me. um, okay, so Sandra D, and after Sandra, um, let's go with Leah. After Sandra is Leah. I'm just going to go. Maybe I'll, and then we'll do Karen. After Leah is Karen. Thank you everybody for being here. It's so nice to see you all. Okay, so, and Lark is here. Nice to see you, Lark. Aw. So Sandra says, may I get a message from my mom, Patricia? So she's holding your face and kissing your cheek. You know how you go like this and then you would kiss their cheek? Like she would pull you close with her hands. And then after she kisses your cheek, she embraces you with a hug. And she wants you to know that she is always looking out for you and watching over you. That a mother's job is never done. And she says, you know how that is. But she's very proud of you. And she says you're stronger than you think. She says you're doing a great job weathering the storm. It's like she sees that you're in a storm of energy and changes. She's saying you are doing a great job weathering the storm. And she's showing me a dog. Either that, I've been getting hijacked by these dogs. I'll tell you, there was all these different dogs that are jumping in, but this dog almost looked like a German Shepherd would look. I'm not sure if it is a German Shepherd, but it was like a brown and black kind of a dog with ears that stick up and a snout that comes out. And I just don't know all my breeds, but it looks almost like that. And so this could be the dog could be an actual dog, and or it could be loyalty and unconditional love. Um, but I love it when they come. Is there anything else for Sandra? She just is saying she wants to soothe you and comfort you and say to take care of yourself, in this frantic type of energy. And she's just saying to, did I say weather the storm already?
Mhm.
Because she keeps saying weather the storm. She's just, and that's what she said. Oh gosh, she said a puppy patch, but had floppy ears. Okay. Well, it could be a symbol of a dog if it's not the exact dog. Yeah. Hi, Jen Jen. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Ears go up from surprise. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay. So oh we were still on. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah, we're
hitting the
still on
wrong one.
Sandra.
I'm hitting the wrong one. Sandra. I had to go back. It's not easy, you guys, especially when I'm like, oh
No,
here.
it's not. I have great admiration for Jean's skill, let me tell you. Okay, so I got my cards before Jean said the words. Just saying that Patricia is a powerful entity. The card that flew out of my garden deck was persevere. Leave no stone unturned. In other words, you've got this. You've weathered every storm to date. You're still here. You're doing well. You're doing better than you let yourself think. because you anticipate it should be better rather than to being in the time. And then this card's going to blow Jean away because you are weatherproof. So in this storm that Jean is talking about, to weather the storm, you need to be like the duck or like the crow here and let it all roll off your back. You've got this. It might make you damp, it might weigh you down a little bit, but you will persevere. And the message that came with this in my head from your mom is, actually she's saying, stop taking everything personally. Everything's not about you. Some things just are. If you, again, focus seems to be my word today, is refocus. Take yourself out of the situation or situations and look at it from the outside. You'll have a different perspective of what you need to do to weather whatever storm is going on in your life, and that you can persevere because your mom is there, but you're also a lot like your mom. She's there with you.
Yep. She said, has she been around me? And she's never left, is what she's saying. She's never left.
Yep.
Yeah. You've had a couple of years of weathering the storm. She just wants you to know to hang in there.
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely, Sandra D. Thank you so much. After Sandra is Leah. After Leah is Karen. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Leah says, if there's time, may I get a message from my spirit guide team? And I am absolutely over the moon, so infatuated with the Egyptian culture. And when I see that I don't know if it's the eye of Horus or if it's the other one. One is right and one is left. I don't know which one is which, but it is so inspiring to me, and it like draws me in. There's so much more that I need to know about. I mean, the Egyptian history is just so vast, and then the mystery is so great. It would take a lifetime to get to know everything, but I love your icon. That was my point. You're welcome, Sandra D. So I'm getting grounding for you, Leah. I do feel as though you are traveling in the astral realms, and it's important to work on grounding, embodiment of your energy, frequency, and vibration. Pay attention to the human container, because one is relies on the other. In order for you to be strong spiritually and with your connection, it's important for you to be grounded and balanced and healthy, for a lack of a better term, And they're saying that you've had some breakthroughs and some connections and some aha moments that have been exhilarating for you, Leah. And you're like, you just want to replicate that experience. They want you to know that that experience was it's important that you know that we need to be spoon fed sometimes, and not just fire hydrant kind of thing. It can't all come onto us at once. There's a reason why we're spoon fed, and they want us to integrate this and see how we do, see how we manage it, see how we incorporate it, see how we still take care of our bodies, this container, and the balance. So perhaps balance is the overarching message for you, Miss Leah. How about you, Ginny?
I pulled the Queen of Earth out of the animal guides. Thoughtful, caring, creative, and ingenious. The Belgian hare. You will be given advice that's both practical and creative, and it should be followed precisely. Focus upon the positive in every situation and every person. And I know in today's world, that's kind of hard to focus just on the positive, but the accompanying card I pulled was self-care, tend to your garden. And you'll notice that the hair is in the garden, but it's take care of yourself first and focus on the positive. In fact, take joy in the positive.
Maintain that energetic frequency.
Yeah.
And she likes the green on that card. She said the green is
Yes.
so welcoming. That's beautiful.
And there's another crown.
Oh my goodness. Let me do this. Oh, there is. Aw. So cute. Wow.
So put on your crown and stand in your power.
Yep. We're all being called to take the mission we've been offered, and carry it through. Thank you very much, Leah. And Karen is next, and she says, "I've been bawling my eyes out because I watched a campaign to free wild animals from a concrete zoo on top of a mall in Thailand, and my dog just said, 'Do they get food?' And yes, they did." Oh, Karen. So let me go back and see what her original message was. I thought you were changing your question. She said she had a crazy dive in your mood last week and culminating at work today, where she got seriously worried about her mental health. Doing better this evening, but holy moly, any insights? So I want you to know, Karen, that you are an empath and you are a HSP, highly sensitive person, and you are picking up. Oh, sorry, Ginny. You are picking up the frequency and vibration of the collective, of your community around you, and or the world's energy, and it's not just you. So it's important for you to say thank you for the information and try and bring yourself back into that now moment where you are, what seat your butt touching the seat, or is your feet touching the floor, and look at the four walls around you and know that you are safe where you are at that moment, and stay in this now moment and breathe and be grateful for the breath and be grateful for the arms that you have, the sight that you see in your eyes, the ears that you can hear with, and the voice that you have to sing. Like, really get into this now moment, get back into your body, and it's important for you to ask for and practice discernment. Is this mine or is this outside of me? And if it's not, there's no rational reason, like your car didn't break down that made you cry, or something, you didn't lose your job, so that didn't make you cry, but you feel like crying. A lot of times it's the collective, it's the energy of society around you, humanity around you, that is sort of you're absorbing. And it's okay to be observing and empathetic and compassionate. However, you want to practice those boundaries so that you're protecting your own energy and you can discern what is outside of you and what is inside of you. And you cannot live anybody else's life. You cannot prevent anyone else from learning their lesson or going through the lessons they have to encounter in their lives. It's most important that you are taking care of your own energy and your own perspective, and really practice that now moment. Um, yeah, yeah. So how about you, Ginny?
Oh, so much. the cards first, and then I'll go with the rest that I got. Is don't let the weeds and thistles cultivate in your garden. And we'll get back to that because it's in addition to what, again, a lot of here validating what Jean has already shared. Uh, all flowers must grow through the dirt. We start out in darkness and come out into the light, even as babies, right? So there is uncomfortableness in being alive. Whatever, who and whatever is alive. And then the crows say you need to get yourself some protection. You need to learn how to protect yourself, which is, and all this is as things that Jean was already given for your message. The idea of being an empath is we want to be empathetic, but being an empath means you have a certain sensitivity, and you can study on that and figure out what all that is about. I read a really good article, which I cannot tell you where or by whom, in that empaths try to solve the problems or feel responsible to solve the problems because then it relieves them of the discomfort of what is causing the discomfort, if that makes any sense. So if I'm an empath, and I'm uncomfortable because two people are arguing, I try to solve the argument so I don't feel uncomfortable. It's a self-protection kind of sort of thing. So we feel overly responsible for things that are not ours because all things have to grow through the dirt. So personally, I'm saying learn the idea of that's not mine. What is yours and what is not yours? You can use your empathy as a tremendous power if you get in there. But you have to be responsible to yourself first, have empathy and be empathetic to yourself before you take on the rest of the world. Or it's like the sponge and they will suck you dry, right? We allow the world to squeeze that energy, squeeze that power and stuff out of us. And the best thing to do in every metaphor you can think of and pun on the word is change the channel. Sometimes we need an empathic cry so we can watch the sad things. But you have to know that shows are put together, memes are put together, all the news and clickbait on your social media is put together to get an emotional response from you. And this goes for all of us. Change the channel and put yourself back in so that you are not letting the weeds and thistles grow in your garden. Love yourself first, then you can love others. Be empathic to yourself and then to others. That's what I got for you.
Yep. Take good care of yourself, Karen.
Yes.
It is, and not
It's
to
hard.
mention all the astrological alignments that are occurring. And I do believe that there's a lot of emotional components to the phases that are coming up with Uranus and Taurus. And I don't know, but I watched Val from Illumination Portal on the Crone Zones the other day, and they were talking about it. So I'm not an astrologer. I just remember them saying that. So you're not alone.
Yes.
It's not you, and you're fine. It's not. Just
Yep.
be careful.
We need to tend to our own. Yeah, we need to tend to our own. We need to tend to our own gardens, and none of us needs. We all need to remember. I'll change that around into a positive. Is this makes us who we are? Experiencing these things, but be glad that you can cry looking at those things because a lot of people can't. Take sometimes a sad movie and a good cry is good for the soul.
Yeah.
Just don't take it personal.
Yeah. Yeah. Be kind to yourself there. So, Mary Kay are you still here? I wasn't sure if we'd have time for one more, but, Mary Kay, are you still here? I thought you might be because you were highlighted. Mary Kay Lim is what I'm trying to say. And I know that, yeah. Oh, you're very welcome. Karen said, wowza, thank you. You're very welcome, Karen. Take good care of yourself, hon. Don't sweat it. Don't worry about it.
Make note of it because there's something you're picking up out of all this, and you'll look back someday and you go, "Oh, shoo, I got through that one."
And you'll be like, what the heck was that came through here?
Precisely.
All right, Mary Kay said she's still here, so thank you. She wants a message from her guides, please. And it looks like this was going to be the last one today, you guys. And I'm going to be on the Crone Zone tomorrow, and I'm going to show you a little bit about how to find out about my events right after this. So stick around. Yeah, yeah. She said, I'm in training. That's right, Karen. Training wheels. Absolutely.
I love that. Are we not all?
Exactly. Hmm. So, Mary Kay, let me get your spirit guides on here, Mary Kay.
Okay, Mary Kay. The crows say you need to get out in nature. I don't know what the weather is like where you are, um, but revel in it. It is a season of revelation, and of reveling. If you think of how words put together, because Sagittarius is about the party. It's when we have all, if you look at a lot of different cultures and stuff, it's a time of celebration. We are entering, the Thanksgiving season. There's a lot of different Thanksgiving types throughout different cultures and stuff, moving into the winter solstice. And it's just time. It's just time to marvel with who you are, where you're at, who and what's around you, the path that has brought you to this place, and to marvel at the path that's yet to come.
Yep, your place in history,
Yeah,
your
yeah,
place in evolution.
yeah.
Um, so, Mary Kay, I feel like you like to keep busy, and fall is beautiful and delightful as long as there's festivities, but you don't like the still of winter. And I feel as though they're saying to bring in some of nature into the home, into to remind you of nature throughout the winter. Um, you know, and there's life, even though most of it is dormant during those freezing times. But they're just saying that focus on the life and focus on the nature around you. Bring nature in. Bring pictures of nature in. Bring pieces of wood. She loves the great indoors. Yeah. Um, mhm.
Well, well,
But sometimes it's difficult when, I mean, it's just we can
yeah.
feel the frequency and vibration when everything becomes new again and rebirth in the spring. And, in the fall, when we see the beautiful trees change color and we have the festivities of the holidays, and then there's this really quiet, still moment. But they say that even then you can bring in nature and your reminders around you, and it doesn't have to be any big gesture. It can be something small that reminded you, like a dried flower or a postcard or something that would remind you of the other seasons of the year. But I do see that you're not looking forward to the stillness and the darkness and the unbusyness. You do like to stay busy, um, and I think that they're saying um, that your typical routine, but they say it's a little bit more awareness in this cycle at this point in time in your life, a little bit more awareness, a little bit more purposeful um, intention is required at this point in time in this cycle of, you know, of the seasons. I hope that makes sense.
In the card that I showed, when you were talking about light or you were talking about the darkness of winter and the stuff like that, I don't know if you live in a house, if you live in an apartment, but if you can put up some light outside of a window so that when you look outside this winter, you have lights at night that you can light up or festive. And it, because it's really pretty. I have neighbors that have different lights, or even you can get some solar lights or solar strings or solar stakes and stuff like that. You can even, if you lived in an apartment and had a balcony, you can get the solar stake, the globe lights or whatever they have for the gardens, and you can just put them down in some sand and to stick them up so that you are bringing some light to your winter. Bring nature. You can bring nature inside by some of those aspects too, but do go out and take a walk.
Absolutely. Well, all the best to you, Mary Kay. Thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much for your question. And I am going to jump over here and show you a little bit about how to find my website and my events is what I wanted to show you. So here's my website, and you can look down here. Here's all the readings that you can choose from. And then up here, you see book appointment, and then it says contact me if you want to contact me. That's how you can email me. And then right here, it says events. I know it's really tiny. It's right under my picture here. And it says events right there. And you click on that, and you see my upcoming events. The next one will be on Sunday, November 16th. And I know it's hard to see. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger. This is Sunday, November 16th. And when you click on this, a little description will pop up. You'll see how much it is, and you'll see what the time is and the date is. And then when you click that you want to attend, this will email you your receipt saying that you purchased a ticket for this event. And in your email is the link to the Zoom link for the event. So make sure you keep that email or mark it and remind yourself to go back to that email, because that's your access point. And I also have my psychic study practice groups. A lot of people have been asking me after I offer I offer like bundles to the people that have been coming for. I did it all last year, and so I was doing it in bundles. But a couple of people have been asking me to just come once or to try it out. So here's the one for Sunday, November 23rd. And then this one is for Sunday, December 14th. So I have psychic study practice group once a month. And then in December, excuse me, I'm offering the chakra healing workshop again on Sunday, December 28th at 3 p.m. And it is so vitally important and such a good information to remember to have. My spirit guides are saying we all need to be aware of not only our flesh and blood, but our energetic frequency, our energy centers, and the capability and the power that us as a human have. It's not just this 3D world. And when we work with our energy and utilize our energy and get to know and strengthen our energy. And it really does make a huge difference in our lives, especially as we're moving into a more spiritual future. They say we will be communicating using telepathy in the future, in the very near future. And when we do this, it's important for us to know the energetic part of ourselves and what the chakras are all about, why it's important to have them balanced, how it's connected to the auric field. And that's why I use this particular photo, because you've seen them all sitting in the cross-legged position, but this one, it shows the auric field. This is in every single solitary human here on earth, living and breathing. We all have these energy centers and auric fields that we are not trained to use or trained to strengthen or train to exercise. And it's a whole new world. It's a whole new opportunity. Um, so I just wanted to show everybody that. And it's sunpsychicgene.com. My links are in let me just see, how do I get out of that? Let's do that. The link is, you could just look up Sun Psychic Gene, or I think the links are below every one of my shows. But I just wanted to let everybody know, in case you wanted to go over there and just look around to see what it's all about. That's fine. But a couple of people have been asking me, so thank you so very much. I also sent out a bunch of members. I have a members only live chat coming up, and I just gifted. They let me gift a number of members for each month, and I try and do that on my first show of every month, so that you all can take advantage of looking at some of the past members only live events, because I do teaching. I get a subject and or something, that questions that people may have, and I do teaching, and it's really a lot of really good information in that members. And also the members also have a special opportunity to attend my events as well. So please do take a look at that. I just started a new level of $2.99 instead of $4.99. I started at $4.99 for the memberships, and that's for the month. And then somebody told me that they couldn't find it. It was only $6.99, and I didn't have. So there was just some mix up about the pricing, and I didn't know what happened, and I have an inquiry into YouTube to find out what that was all about. But in the meantime, I made that extra $2.99 level there. So if anybody wants to test or try out becoming a member, if you didn't win a free membership this month, you can also just jump on for the $2.99, and you'll have access to all of the past live events where I do some teaching and some really fun topics that we talk about. So thank you all very much for being here, for listening to me. I'm doing my little spiel. I always forget to do that, I will also be back with the Crone Zone today at 4:00. Please, 4:00 Eastern, 1:00 Pacific. And please do come on over. Heather's going to be talking about protection, and she's a really great presenter. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you, Ginny, very much
You're
for all of
welcome.
your wisdom. She's so very grounded, and it's amazing. Your beautiful, beautiful cards. And I
Thank
love
you.
when you're like, Gene, you said it, and this one flew out of the deck. Yeah, very good. All right,
Very
everybody.
validating.
Pardon?
Very validating.
It certainly is. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.